Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Roundtable Wrestling Radio for January 18th, 2016. I'm Joey 924, and with me from Queens, New York.
The one, the only, the Byron.
From PH, Michigan.
The other guy, Sean Lathrop.
From Santa Ana, California.
Manda Panda.
And from Chicago, Illinois, but not Chicago.
Laura Phoenix.
By the way, that is Consequence and Mark Roser, who... Mark Roser, of course, is the man who made the Bray Wyatt theme, and Consequence did the remix, and then they did that song, He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, which they debuted on our show. And I do have that on my iTunes, and that is an awesome song, and I'm not just saying that because they were on the show, but it really, actually, I like that song, but I actually really love the remix of the Bray Wyatt song with the rapping.
Yeah, that's actually, that's a nice song.
I love it. I think it should be longer. And I told Consequence it should be longer. It's only like 1:18, the rapping Bray Wyatt. But I don't know if they ever released a longer one. But
No, they never did.
They should.
I mean, that's the full song that exists, but the Bray Wyatt remix,
really like a freestyle. Like
it is, but it should be longer.
Yeah, but
like,
freestyles usually are like that. Like they don't really go too long. You know?
And
I mean, it's
Mark,
really cool though.
Mark and Cons Mark said that he never saw a guy able to freestyle so quickly and easily like Cons could too.
Yeah, I love what he did with the echoes and the putting the Bray Wyatt promo at the end. It just really, really was good.
Do you want me to play a little snippet of it just to make you feel happy?
All right. I love that song. It really is good. Bray would never use it, but
weird if he's sorry.
They would probably use the He's Got the Whole World because at that time they were using that corny version that they were using.
All right, here it is. Follow the Buzzers by Consequence.
I come from a quiet family, but some of us are crazy as the Wyatt family. Well, let me not speak for the entire family, because I got brothers in the jungle, cousins on a quest, and some nephews who be banging when they hanging out west. Me, I ended up like Flipper banging Angie on the desk. My family's a mess and we all need counseling, but run the city like we all each councilman. When my accountant spins, when a quarter's done, I make you never forgive what your daughter's done. See my avatar, don't come with
see that shit is awesome, and I'll tell you why, because I don't really like the rap game anymore. But when I hear stuff like that, it's a throwback to the real rappers back in the day.
Right after this, can we get that on WrestleMania, please? That would be awesome.
That would be awesome, actually. That would be awesome.
I'm upset that he's more of a ghostwriter, if anything, because, my God, that guy is so fucking talented.
He really is. He really is, actually. And I agree with Laura. If Mark did it again at WrestleMania and then you had Consequence do that, it would be different. You know? I don't think anybody would expect it.
That would be such a cool entrance to see that at WrestleMania.
Speaking of WrestleMania, it is WrestleMania season, and it is the 18th of January, which is also the Royal Rumble season, and this was the go-home show. I believe it was from Columbus, Ohio. One of the worst fucking crowds ever.
That's true.
It's an Ohio State crowd. What the hell do you expect?
Did you see how Natty came out to this standing ovation? Like, oh my God!
I did like what she was wearing, though.
Everybody was so happy that she was back, man. Even I was happy.
And then she was there for maybe 2 minutes and gone. It was like,
tell me, didn't you feel awkward just watching her entrance?
I felt awkward watching the show, to be honest.
Yeah.
I felt I'm being dead serious. I felt awkward for the crowd because it felt like they were awkward about like did a death take place before the show or something? Like what?
Technically, yes, quite a few did.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it affected anybody in Columbus. You know, like God, man.
Well, the death that might have happened was the Warriors beating Cleveland by 40, but that's another story.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Well, the Warriors.
they got their asses handed to them by the Pistons a couple of nights ago.
God, seriously, man, I cannot get over that Natty entrance though. Like, I just feel so bad.
I am a little weird. I'm a little weirded out that you focused on that.
It was the most. It was the thing that stood out to me the most tonight. It was
really
that. Yeah.
I didn't even.
I think a lot of it was because she's been like on TV for so damn long
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why, because even I think JBL said, "Oh my God, look who's back," and it was dead silence. And she stood there like, guys, I'm here. Look, no, nobody was standing, nobody was cheering.
And
It was
she even
like,
laughed a little bit, like afterwards, like, okay, I guess nobody.
and the people this is the problem backstage. They saw that shit and they're like, yeah, this is not. Yeah,
It's Columbus, you know. There's just not.
Were they celebrating Martin Luther King?
No, but the promo package that they played at the beginning of Raw for that was actually really good.
and you notice
Yeah,
how
but
they cut
that's-
down.
Yeah, that's.
You notice how they also cut down the women's matches, right?
I don't know why they had so
Well, the
many.
Becky Tamina one. There's only 2. Calm down.
That's a lot.
Two. One was the hey, Total Divas comes back tomorrow. The other one was
Oh.
still towards the Royal Rumble match between Becky and Charlotte.
Hey, look who's back, Paige.
She looked good as hell, though, man.
Yeah, but it's another thing again. Like, okay, she's back, but what is she, a good guy again? Like,
Well, she became a good guy as soon as
She was sticking her tongue out, so.
she became a good guy as soon as Charlotte and Ric Flair started working together.
Only you noticed it because I didn't notice this shit.
Did you see the podcast with Austin and Flair?
I did. I watched it.
Okay, you watched that, but you didn't watch the Sean.
I watched the show. I
Oh.
did watch it. Yeah.
You saw what he said about Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah, I saw it.
That was cool. But anyway, Ric Flair, Austin asked him about the Charlotte thing. I mean, about his son.
Yeah.
And of course, what is Ric Flair going to say? He didn't say what he said when it first happened. No.
Vince McMahon's a shit.
Yeah, you know what happened, right? Austin brought him over there to the double cross ranch or whatever it is. Actually, that's Terry Funk's area.
Somewhere in the fucking desert.
Wherever it was, and he probably had a talkie to with Ric Flair, like, "Hey, I'm gonna ask you this, so let's calm down. I want to keep my job. You obviously want to keep yours, and we know your track record." But this is what I don't like about the Austin podcast already. When it first started, it was free for all. Austin was asking real questions. It felt more natural. But I think, and I'm going to stand by my statement, the Brock Lesnar thing, I think, ruined it for everyone. I really believe that in my heart. The Brock Lesnar going off, in his own way. And again, a lot of people probably are like, what are you talking about? But I think internally, the company cannot be very happy with the guy sitting there on their own network who works for them, saying how much he does really not like his job. I just don't see that. But whatever. But Ric Flair, of course, answers the question. Well, she was okay with it. So, but Ric Flair he wasn't honest. I'm sorry, he wasn't honest. There's no way.
He said it so differently on his own podcast.
He said it very differently on his own podcast. There's no way that he was not offended by them using his dead son. I mean, come on, man.
I know my son was happy that he was still being used, and then I'm like, what?
I know. He said that. I was just like, oh my God. Really? Like, if LeBron James' mom died, would they use that, during the game? Like,
they did
in wrestling. Only in wrestling do we do that. Like,
they did it for Michael Jordan, so.
No, but not in a negative, like, jokey way, though. Like,
yeah, Karl Malone didn't say, "Well, he's going to lose because his dad died." No,
but that was real competition, though. That was real.
Let me ask you guys something. If Vince McMahon dies, right? You think Stephanie would use his?
Absolutely.
Oh, Stephanie in a heartbeat, yeah.
His great are still alive. What?
I mean, don't get me wrong. They'll do a massive tribute. We'll see like 3 weeks of that.
Yeah.
At least 3 weeks of tribute, and then they'll go for the joke.
Yeah, next week, Vince McMahon, is he still alive?
Yeah, and then Triple H will come out and
rest as
eulogize him.
I will say though, like
You do a Ouija board segment. They start talking
he's alive.
Hey, step up, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they have no limits. They really do not have. I would love to be in a board meeting when they pitch something like that, and I would just like to look at them, and I would just be like, what is this? Is this wrestling or like what is wrong with you people?
Tonight we're gonna take you to my grave and you're gonna piss on it.
He probably has that written already. If I die, you're gonna do a segment. Because the guy went into a church and drank holy water.
Triple H, if I die, you're gonna make love to my body. in the grave.
I can see that.
You remember that, right? You remember Vince McMahon went into a church and drank and
Yep.
spit holy water. The guy has no limitations. That's
God, he fucked God.
oh yeah, oh my
The Shawn
god.
Michaels tag team with God.
And then the thing is, like, let me tell you something. I know about that world a lot, and there's no Christian alive that I know that would do something like that. There's just that's what makes me question Shawn Michaels. Because if you're a Christian, what the fuck are you doing in a match against the guy that supposedly saved you? Like it's crazy.
He had that Vince actually was waiting for God to come down the aisle, and he had his own spotlight. That was
And then because God didn't show up, he lost.
Well, I guess God is afraid of me.
Like they have no boundaries. I'm sorry, man. Fuck paycheck, man. I don't think I would be able to handle it. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Dan Severn said it best, man. He wouldn't be able to tolerate it. That's what I always ask wrestlers. How much can you tolerate?
He will show you how to kill someone.
He will show you that.
He'll
He's
show you
not
how
going to
to.
embarrass himself. You know, that's why. Why do you think Brock Lesnar doesn't do a segment where he's wearing a wig or something stupid like that? You think
You don't
Lesnar?
remember what he did?
No.
Yeah, I think he
wore the
did.
sombrero, and he was dancing with the guitars. And
Yeah. When was that? Like 2003, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Try to do that with Lesnar right now.
Well, no, now you can, because now obviously he has power. But
That's what I'm saying. Like exactly. Like imagine you sit Brock Lesnar down. He comes in once a month and he flies and they sit him down. Like tonight, you're gonna put a wig and a dress. You think like that man would sit there? That guy would walk
Didn't they do that
out.
with Goldberg? I think they did that with Goldberg, right?
Exactly. He still talks about that shit. You can't do that to those types of guys, man. Because once you do that, like Big Show, once
I did it.
you go that route, nobody's ever gonna fear that guy again, ever.
Well,
you cannot fear a guy like that.
That's not completely true. I mean, they did that to Kurt Angle, and how many times did he get away with it?
Yeah, but Kurt Angle, his character warranted.
Well,
He was-
what does Kurt Angle have to say about this?
Truth be told, I'm not a very big fan of the black people.
What the hell?
We're celebrating Martin Luther King Day. Calm down. It's all good. Yes, that was Kurt Angle, and yes, he did say that. That was a real.
TNA, right?
No, that was what was the show?
WWE?
It was 2006 New Year's Revolution in WWE.
That wasn't an edited. That wasn't an edited promo. That was actually Kurt Angle saying that.
What's up, my nigga?
All right, so let's talk about the Royal Rumble for a second, because I think like last week we had a great episode about it. I was really excited about it until tonight, because to me now this is all about getting underneath Roman's cock and licking his balls. Is what this Royal Rumble should be called. Licking Roman Reigns' balls, and let's see how much we can get Roman Reigns over. That it's not enough that he's defending the title one against all. That's the theme of the Royal Rumble this year. He also has to be number one. He also will probably break Rey Mysterio's record. He will break the elimination record, and he will make everybody look stupid. Yeah, he is number one. A whole horrible segment, by the way, about that.
Let me tell you something. This is how I predicted. All right, I did say that he's gonna win it, and he might win it just to make him unstoppable, because that's the point of the whole Royal Rumble and him defending everything. But if he doesn't win it, what's gonna wind up happening is he's gonna make it to the last, and then Triple H's music hits, and Triple H is gonna eliminate him, and that's gonna make the match for WrestleMania between them.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's the only way.
Let me ask you something, Byron. If you're a viewer, right? If you're just a regular fan,
like tonight.
No, what they displayed tonight, would that make you like, hey, I gotta watch this because I want to see Roman Reigns? You know, like they made it all about Roman winning it and no one else winning it. Maybe Brock.
Wait,
but
did you see the ending? Like the ending got me hyped the hardest.
Choose your words.
No, I like his words, but no, the ending was awesome.
Yeah,
that was the best part of the show. Don't get me wrong. But we know that Bray Wyatt's not going to win. All right, we know that. Let's not.
No, AJ Styles is going to win.
That would be. I would listen. In the words of Bray Wyatt, anyone but Roman.
I do have.
There's actually
That's what
rumors.
the show should be called tonight. Anyone but Roman.
There's actually rumors that Daniel Bryan is talked about coming back into the Rumble.
You know, that'd
Taker.
be bad.
Yes, I was gonna say
Here-
Taker.
Yeah, here are some of the possible things going on with the Rumble.
Oh, wait.
I mean,
Wait. But if you do that, I said this like 2 weeks ago when we started talking about this. If you bring Bryan back, it's just gonna fuck up the Rumble
It's
Yeah.
gonna fuck up the Rumble for sure.
because everybody's just gonna go.
I think that's only gonna work if they use that song.
Listen, I honestly,
If they use that song, dude, I'm pissing in my pants, and I'm not
Did you
joking.
see a video of AJ Styles actually at wrestling at
Yes.
some promotion? I forgot what it was.
it was in 5-Star Wrestling. Him and Rey Mysterio were
Yes.
wrestling.
Yeah,
And
No,
I
no,
do-
it wasn't Rey Mysterio. It was some other guy in the ring with him, and he actually people started chanting. I have the video. I don't know if
I've
I have it
got-
posted.
I think I know the clip you're talking about, not the interview. The interview is awesome too.
No. It's him standing in the ring.
Yeah,
and
I
he
do
just
have
takes
that
the mic.
clip. Give me.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
he
I'll
has
play it.
So everybody's chanting.
Yeah,
Everybody's
he has
chanting that.
I have it. Let me
Oh,
just
you
play
have-
it, Byron.
He has it.
Lick my balls.
Shut the fuck up.
No, WWE is licking Roman's balls, Byron. I told you.
Roman.
Whoops, wrong one.
It's just liar.
If I'm not recovering from some weird armbar submission, and there's a slot in the Royal Rumble,
I don't work for them. What?
I don't deserve a thing. I don't deserve you, but I'll tell you, you put me in that Royal Rumble, and I'm gonna kick some ass for you guys.
I tell you what would be awesome, Byron, is if it's AJ comes out, which I think he is. And by the way, AJ saying, I don't know what my future holds, please. All right? Stop the line.
Well,
That's what everybody was like, all right, dude. Get it.
here's-
Hey, everybody, actually, it should have been, I don't know what my future is, but don't, psh, like, come on. Like, what are you doing? You just set us all up. I mean, but
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
if AJ comes out and Bryan comes out, that would be a yes,
Well,
like, holy shit.
Honestly,
moment.
there is a bigger name than Daniel Bryan that was rumored earlier today. Ric Flair mentioned on his podcast when he had Chris Jericho on the program. Let me play that clip for you real quick.
No.
No.
I'll tell you right now, it's not going to happen. Sean is retired. He
Can I
has
tell
said
you
it
something,
over and
Sean?
over.
He's
Can I-
happy.
I'm just
wait,
saying
can I-
that's what Ric Flair was saying, that Vince
wait.
gave a
Dude.
hefty amount of money to Sean to come to the Rumble.
Actually-
but by the sounds of it, Sean did turn it down.
Yeah, actually, that would be awesome, though. AJ and
No,
Shawn
wait,
is
can I-
actually
That's
a
what I'm
dream
saying. Like, if it did happen, I would
But
freak
I don't know
out.
if you heard this, Sean, or anybody else, but did you know that WWE gave AJ a lot of money?
Yes.
That was reported, like a boatload of money.
Like Ring of Honor admitted
AJ
that
Styles.
Ring of Honor admitted that they were trying to give him 6-figure money to stay,
And
but they were
WWE
blown out of the
gave him
water.
a lot more.
Yeah.
Now,
give you the world.
So that's what WWE thinks of this guy, by the way.
We're
now
gonna give you the
here's the
world.
thing, okay? Let me get this out.
Finally.
ROH is holding a show on Saturday up in Minneapolis, and AJ Styles is on the card.
No, it's not.
That was officially
If that happens, that's
Minneapolis.
That's to throw off people.
Minneapolis. What are you talking about there?
up in Minnesota.
It's
Talk about
Minnesota.
You
it
don't
was,
know where
from what I
Minneapolis?
saw, it was in Duluth. That's where the
I
show
thought
was.
I heard it.
I'm
It's the
gonna-
same damn area. Come on, give me a break.
No, because Duluth is in Georgia.
It's in Minnesota.
Either way, he's going to be at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm right now at the ROH website. AJ Styles will be in Duluth, Georgia this Saturday night. It'll be his
Okay,
final
so
show.
maybe I saw Duluth.
People
and-
have been
Yeah.
flown in. People, that's just to throw people off.
Well, Duluth is like an hour drive from Orlando too. So
That's what I'm saying. Like WWE will just fly this guy in. That's no
Yeah.
problem. If they're paying him the money that they said, they're gonna get their money's worth.
How much money are they saying they paid him?
A lot.
we know that it's probably in the six figures and blowing out the water what ROH and New Japan could offer him.
So they really wanted this guy.
And how much was it that TNA was offering him?
Not bad.
Well, I'm saying like TNA
They
was
offered him
offering.
a fresh start.
I'm gonna try and
And
get
an
these.
inductee for the second part of the Hall of
Oh
Fame.
wait, they offered him an exclusive spot on their new show on Pop TV.
I'm trying to remember because the
And
number of what
they're
TNA was
very
offering him, what TNA was offering him was then shown by what Ring of Honor and New Japan was offering him, which I think they were offering him about $350 a year. So
WWE
if
could've-
ROH is
$350 a
trying,
year?
if
no, that was TNA's offer.
probably, but like if it was the 350, going by memory, I can't find the links in front of me. It was 350, and ROH and New Japan trying to compete. So maybe 500. I'd say 500, 600 they're trying to offer.
WWE's way more.
WWE's got to be near the seven-figure amount if they're trying to get this guy. That's
Well,
my
they
thought.
got him. So.
Well, you know what I like about what AJ Styles is saying nowadays? In every interview, he says, "Listen,
I
love
love
the
saying I
sport.
ain't afraid of no ghosts.
no, he loves the sport, but this is a sport where you make a living. How you make your living is how much money you're making,
Right.
and that's what he's about at this point. Is he needs to make whatever money he can because he got to support his family. So whoever offers him all the money in the world, that's where he's going. He admitted
And I
it.
forgot to, and that's and he's at the stage of his life where he has to do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he says he wants to retire by somewhere in the 40s. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's already 40. I think
He
isn't
could go to 45 at a good rate.
There was
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels did.
He definitely wants to do something like retire early. Doesn't want to, which is I think is a better thing because a lot of guys want to stay there forever and they just fuck themselves up.
I think AJ and Neville, by the way, would be. I didn't think about that last week, but watching Neville tonight, and I always forget that Neville does the spiral tap, which is the finishing move that he does, which is what AJ Styles used to do. I don't know if he does it anymore, but the young AJ, Neville's what does Neville call it?
the Red Arrow.
The Red Arrow. Neville's Red Arrow does not compete with AJ's Spiral Tap when it was young AJ, especially the Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels AJ match that they had, I believe, at Turning Point. That Spiral Tap that he did on Daniels and Samoa Joe was one of the greatest moves I've ever seen. Plus, he used to like run and do like a shooting star from inside the ring to the outside. I mean, AJ really was phenomenal. I hope that, he's still at that level because he needs to be that in the WWE. Expectations are going to be high.
Just we'll get back in the AJ talk. I just want to give a shout out to Consequence because he apparently retweets and loves the idea at performing at WrestleMania. And just a shout out to his new EP that just came out. Hashtag a good comeback story EP just recently come out and it's on Spotify. Be sure to check that out on
Nice.
Consequence.
Oh, I have Spotify. We got to get Consequence back.
I will message him to come back on the show
Yeah.
because that guy is so smart with wrestling. He is such a cool guy to talk to, and I think he probably enjoys just hanging out talking with us because a lot of people want to talk music with him, and we're like, no man, let's just talk wrestling and kick it.
Yeah.
So
And he knows wrestling.
yeah,
He's a real fan. But, I'm excited, man, because that, to me, if that happens at the Royal Rumble, that's going to be one of the highlights for me because I've wanted to see AJ Styles in the WWE for so long. I always thought he was going to be in TNA forever. I really did. When he left, that was one of the shocking things ever, that the franchise of that company would leave the company.
They messed it up. Yeah.
And what's interesting is that
guarantee you they really they feel like crap over there right now.
they
They know they fucked up.
to see Samoa Joe and AJ, the two top
They
guys.
see all the top guys that actually left their promotion, especially right now, AJ, they see what a commodity he was.
Yeah.
They see it now, and they just fucked it up. They treated him like he was nothing.
I don't know. I mean, I still don't know about that.
They treated him
I don't know if they
They
treated
always
him like
pushed-
he was nothing.
They didn't
The
treat him the
problem
way
is-
they should have. How about that?
Yeah, they pushed him
That's probably
always to the
better.
side for Kurt Angle. They pushed him to the side for another WWE guy. They always used to do that with those guys, even with Samoa Joe, with all the guys that were brought up there.
Yeah,
That were making that company.
In fairness, the Kurt Angle was probably the best get TNA could have ever gotten in their company. But when you're pushing him aside for, let's say, Mr. Anderson, now you've definitely got a problem with that
I
company.
mean, but did they push him aside for these
course
all of
they
these
did.
guys? I don't remember.
Of course
Anderson
they did.
showed up. He main evented championship, all that crap, and then
Jeff
AJ's
Hardy, all
Jeff
these
Hart-
guys, and what happened with AJ Styles? He kept being pushed back and back, further back, further back, further back.
And he just started competing for like the King of the Mountain Television Legends Championship. He was supposed to be playing second fiddle to Hulk Hogan and Jeff Hardy with part of Fortune. They wanted to bring in, if you remember, the main event Mafia.
Yeah, but then they
Immortal
elevated
angle.
AJ. He had his own group, and
Well, that group happened on accident. As I was about to say, with Immortal was supposed to be feuding with main event Mafia, but then WWE signed Booker T and Kevin Nash, so they couldn't do the main event Mafia. Otherwise, we would not have seen Fortune
but
switch and battle
either
against
way, it
Immortal.
was still
It's so
better.
cool. It was better this way, but if it wasn't for WWE signing those two guys, AJ would still be in the back feuding with Scott Steiner.
is that such a bad thing though?
Yes.
For anybody.
even for Steiner? I don't know. Like I never got the sense watching TNA that AJ was treated less than. I never got that.
You
feeling.
never saw, but you never saw AJ Styles put to the highest ever. in that
That's
company.
not true. That's
When
not.
did you see this? Because you're talking about
They
when he
always
was,
talked about AJ in the highest regards.
They talked about it, but what I mean, tell me what they did.
But Byron, again, if you have a guy that's been in there from the beginning, are you just gonna push that one guy
I'm not saying that.
But that's what
What
you're
I'm-
kind of saying.
never-
Like if you do
never
get
saw.
if you do get a Kurt Angle, of course you're gonna. I mean, who's not gonna push Kurt Angle?
You never
he's the
saw
only one.
the biggest push you could possibly give to AJ ever.
He had several
Never-
big
you-
pushes though.
You've seen little tiny pushes, but they kept taking it away from him. That's my point. They kept taking it away
I
from
don't
him.
know. I think there was a point where he had the belt for like a year or something.
Wait, did he? Because
I think so. I think one of his reigns was pretty long.
Was it the television title? Or something?
No. And I personally loved that group, and I loved his time with Ric Flair. I thought it was great.
Fortune.
I
Time
really
was
loved
with Flair, I like. Yeah, I
I
did.
didn't-
like
I like that.
I didn't really care
they all-
him
I
working
I
with.
thought he became a better wrestler actually when at that time period.
I don't think I really cared with him with Ric Flair because then he started wearing the vest and started calling himself the Nature Boy AJ Styles. It's not the right guy for that, but Fortune itself was by far one of my favorite factions in TNA and perhaps wrestling as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, if you're running a company and you have a guy from the beginning, I mean, I wouldn't know how to more say we love you, like, I mean, are they supposed to just go out there and kiss AJ in the butt all the time? I mean, I don't know. I don't think AJ would like that. Like, hey guys, I'm here. Kiss my ass, please. I just.
Oh, you kissed my ass. What?
I mean, look, you don't think that there's a slight chance that they bring AJ in? He's hot at first. Everybody
yeah.
loves him, and then they push him to the side because
Of course.
if he had a
course.
better shot of being on top in TNA than he does in
remember,
WWE.
Joey, do you remember I used to tell you when it was really hot first of all, the reason we have an NXT and all these lightweight, all these not super heavyweight guys that are being pushed right now, it's because of CM Punk and because of Daniel Bryan. And when that first started happening, I thought that's the time when they should have got AJ Styles.
Yeah.
But even so, now he still has an opportunity because they're pushing all these NXT guys to the top. Except when they get to the WWE roster, that becomes, I don't know, an issue. Just like the females, it just becomes an issue there. I don't know what it is.
I hope that WWE, they spent their money, they got their star, and that they know that they don't forget that in 3 months,
Like they did
because
with
that's
Del
going to
Rio.
piss me off.
I mean, from the reports we got, they were giving Del Rio $1.2 million to be part of the company, stealing him from AAA, and he's second fiddle to Sheamus.
I disagree with that.
I
don't see that with that group.
Yeah,
I don't see a dominant leader, and I don't see a.
I'm with Joey on this one.
I don't see that with that group, man. I think Alberto's treated very well.
Alberto, to me, and what's his name? Sheamus are the guys who stand out the most.
They're equals as far as I'm concerned. There's no Triple H and then Randy Orton and Batista. You know, like it doesn't seem that way to me.
I will say,
if you tell me that about
it actually this is the most even group since the Horsemen, because again, a lot of people talk about Flair, but again, if you watch the entirety of the Horsemen, they were very even. They were very they always lifted each other up. Flair would interfere in Tully's matches. Tully would interfere in Rick's matches. It was yes, Ric Flair was the champion. Yes, he was the number one guy, but it was as even as it could be in as possible. And I don't feel Sheamus is stand aside, Alberto. I don't, Alberto. I don't feel that with Alberto at all. And by the way, he did one of the sickest kicks I've ever seen in my life tonight.
Who did Sheamus recently fight a title with? Was it Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship? Right. Del Rio? Oh, he lost to Kalisto. Kalisto, yes.
Wow, and then won it back 24 hours later.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
You kind of get the point. Sheamus is fighting for the WWE Championship and wrestling with the big guys, and Del Rio is there to make Kalisto look good.
Alberto and Sheamus are fighting for the WWE title at the Royal Rumble.
And you know who else?
Like that? How do you like those apples?
If we're gonna use,
are you gonna carve those apples?
If we're really gonna use these kind of apples, there's another man fighting for the title this Sunday.
What the fuck?
I'm just one man.
Fuck you, John.
I'm glad. I'm really glad.
The Java squad that all got squashed the shit out of.
Here's the thing.
They're pushing that group. I'm glad they're taking it seriously.
Well, here's the thing. You just said the Jobber Squad, which I'll be fair with everyone. They are pretty much Job Squad 2.0.
Honestly, the Job Squad was way better than this.
But literally, they wrestled on SmackDown, and they beat another team of 4 men that was just thrown together. And they seem to be worse in that situation.
What show was that on?
SmackDown. And do you want to know who the 4 guys they beat on SmackDown?
On SmackDown,
Goldust, Jack Swagger.
Whoa.
Well, one of them might make you go, whoa. Zack Ryder and Damian Sandow.
Whoa.
How far has Sandow dropped that he's losing to the Social Outcasts?
Yeah, they're going places.
I was actually watching Cody in that ring tonight, and I was like, man, wow. I just don't get it. I just don't get why.
Yo, did you see the article on this guy that was also in the match, Tyler Breeze?
Oh, yeah.
That Vince McMahon does not.
Yeah.
His career is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. This is what I'm talking about. When the guys from NXT go to the main roster, there's a conflict between Triple H and Vince. What they because Triple H is so high on the NXT guys, Vince isn't. He looks at it differently. Vince needs to step down. Because this is not working here.
That segment with Vince tonight was there's really no words.
I didn't even know he came out, man, because I fell asleep.
There's no words to what that was just horrible. It was horrendous.
Like you can't open the balls.
And then Stephanie was like, "Hey everybody, don't worry, it's not as bad as the Vince Millionaire thing." And I'm like, "No, it is."
What the hell did he do?
Stephanie mentioning that was worse.
What was the segment about?
They were picking the balls for the Royal Rumble, and they were trying to say, that whoever's number one. Yeah, and it was all Roman Reigns. They kept picking Roman Reigns' name, and it was just horrible.
Why didn't they just spend? Why didn't they just spend 10 minutes picking their nose? It would have been more entertaining.
I know, you could have just went out there and said, "Listen, Roman, you're number one." That's it.
This is all Vince's idea, man. I guarantee you. Yeah, this is how I want my segments to go. What?
Well, they gotta fill that 3-hour time frame.
But they're not doing it very well.
Not doing it. Yeah, let me flip the channel.
I can't. Yo, I swear to God, I was sitting there at one point, and I was like, I cannot believe I'm sitting here for 3 hours.
No, dude, I'm serious.
What am I doing?
I fell asleep. I think I fell asleep during the. I think beginning when Roman Reigns was out there and he was you know what, you shut up, get in the ring, and I want to fight you. I'm like, and then I think at some point,
Oh my god! And what the fuck is happening with Jericho, man? The savior of WWE. No.
I like that Sheamus actually called them out on his fucking
I really. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Nice.
He said, "What happened to your T-shirt that's supposed to be under your jacket?"
He's wearing the gayest clothes, man.
I don't know where he. Listen, he really believes.
Does he shop?
The thing is, he thinks he's a rock star, which he's a rock star. Fine.
Okay, rock
you're
stars
not
don't
really
dress like that.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is about you that you think you're like.
Bon Jovi doesn't dress like that. Fucking David Bowie didn't dress like that.
Well, David Bowie did dress like that.
No, but his thing was cool though. He had his own aura.
That's true.
I don't know. Yeah, but I think Jericho in his mind thinks he has a trend that he wants to. Like, dude, you look stupid.
Yeah, it's called
you
the
talk
trend.
about Sheamus look stupid. Jeez, you look stupid.
The trend of the pot belly.
Yeah, did you see how he was moving around with the freaking referee team?
Did you see like they didn't show like when he put the referee shirt on? Did you notice that? Like they're hiding it. Like what? I'm the only one that's noticing that.
Is he still on the DDP Yoga thing?
I don't think so. I gotta tell you, man, DDP's not doing a good job.
If Jericho's on it, then something's going on because I know for a fact
that DDP's not involved in the sessions.
Oh, just for the funsies.
He's leaving it to Jake.
Since we just mentioned DDP Yoga, shout out to Todd who was just in the most recent DDP Yoga promo video. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Actually, Todd should have been on. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
It's a Rumble show.
Is he still up?
Yeah, you should. Yeah. You're still up.
Yeah, Todd, get on here.
Todd should still Jericho's.
It's the Royal Rumble show. I think Todd should have been on. But anyway, yeah, DDP Yoga is awesome, but Jericho's not making it look awesome.
No, well, if he's on it, then something's going on.
Scott Hall took over the classes.
Yeah,
hey, yo, we're not working out any.
No, I believe it's Jake that took over the fucking sessions, man.
Actually, in all seriousness, Stevie Richards.
It's not Jake. Trust me,
it's Stevie Richards that's doing it mostly.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that explains a lot.
But Stevie Richards is in freaking top shape. Have you seen the way he looks, man?
Yeah, he's had some
tremendous freaking shape.
Okay, but that's not obviously translating to Jericho.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think Jericho's doing anything with DDP Yoga because there's no freaking way you're gonna look the way he's.
I think he's lying.
I think he just gave up.
I don't know what's going on, but it's not. And by the way, it's not just Jericho's look or dressing. Jericho, just in general, like when he was at the end, and he got on the mic, he was like, "Well, what if?" And he said it just like this. Well, what if it's Chris Jericho at the end with Brock Lesnar, and I throw him over the top? And everybody was like, "You're not gonna do that." you were like, everybody was like, "What? You gonna throw Brock?"
That's when everybody woke up.
Everybody was like, "What? Jericho, get out of here!"
What? I'm leaving.
Yeah, I believe Luke Harper is gonna throw Brock Lesnar over the top rope before I believe Jericho is. Last time Brock Lesnar just tossed Jericho aside. And by the way, I forgot to mention this last week, and I was talking to somebody earlier about it. Last week, Kevin Owens has been on this he's been on this thing where he wants to fight Brock Lesnar. Last week, Brock Lesnar comes out. I don't know if it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago when Brock Lesnar came out and cleaned house. Owens tried to jump him, and Lesnar, what did he do? He flung Owens like a toothpick. And I'm like,
it's funny, but nobody's gonna remember that thing.
I do.
Oh yeah, certain people will remember it, but not everybody because it was so fast.
He flung him.
You know what it is? It was so fast that he was flinging everybody that you totally forgot even.
He didn't fling Sheamus though. He didn't fling Sheamus at first.
He did tonight.
The only guy who stood out was Sheamus because he went head to head with him.
But that's my point. How are you gonna go on this online tirade about I want to fight Brock when you can't even fucking handle getting tossed?
Well, I know, but I'm glad you brought up Owens because they had a house show NXT. Where did they have it, Sean? Because you know all that stuff.
I don't know that one though.
They had a house show. NXT had a house show somewhere.
Knows it.
And Sami was there. He was wrestling, and then all of a sudden Kevin Owens came out and he confronted him, and he was talking shit to him. So that feud, I think, is gonna lead. Sami going into the main roster.
I hope so, because let me tell you something. That's one of the biggest
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see that. I haven't been online like in
I'll put
weeks.
it up.
But I've been so disappointed with this Dean Ambrose thing, man. Like I thought, wow, Ambrose and Owens, that's a perfect matchup. And it's been disappointing as fuck. And then the best thing that they could do is a last man standing match. Like what the hell is going on here?
We're still getting the no disqualification.
I hope they change my mind, man, because it's been disappointing. I mean, the attacks have been good. That I like. When Owens attacked Ambrose a couple of times, put him through the table. That's old school shit. But their matches, I do not feel it with these two. Sami and Kevin have had good chemistry, so I'm glad about that.
I think when it comes to this match, I mean, this is the third going on a pay-per-view. They're going to probably bring it in this match versus any other match possible. So I'm not that worried with this one as I was in the previous one.
I don't know, man. I mean, they had 2 shots.
They had 2 shots, and that's it. That's all I got.
They got several matches, so I don't know. I don't know how long that's going to go.
Yeah, I will say this. While some of the guys went over to, I think it was India this past weekend that they went.
Yeah.
They some of the guys held back. They did NXT shows, and I forget where one was, but I know they had Chicago shows too. But Kevin Owens actually showed up face to face with Sami Zayn on the NXT show.
Yeah, Byron just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it. I was zoning out talking with Todd. So,
so what did Todd say?
He's sick, so he's declining right now.
Well, we hope he feels better. You bastard. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that matchup is hopefully going to be more exciting.
Their feud never ended anyways. I mean, it was just,
never did.
Kevin Owens went to the main roster, and this guy was injured, and that was it.
Yeah,
but I'm glad they still have it in them to remind everybody this shit isn't over.
And like I said
because
before,
they sweep it under the rug, and they just forget about it.
Yes, that's actually true. And like I said before, Sami has the capability of being the next Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, he's exactly like Daniel Bryan. I think he has a lot of people behind him. But we will see how the WWE fans actually.
He could be in the Rumble.
There's going to be a lot of NXT.
I'm actually surprised because last year they held matches in NXT to determine who was going to go into the Royal Rumble.
That's true.
Was it Neville that won that one?
Yeah, I think it was.
And I haven't heard anything for this year.
Nah, they're just going to
They're going to do surprises. Yeah,
I think they'd probably be the same way Rusev just showed up and that was it. There was no promotion for him.
Even going to be one of them.
I think I'm saying Undertaker, Triple H, for sure.
Triple H is definitely going to be in it because he's been laying low.
Yeah,
for a reason.
Very low. A little too low. I mean, Roman didn't hurt him that bad.
Here are some.
He took on NXT the next freaking day, I think it was.
That's what I'm saying. But still, like, come on.
That was a big deal. Like, supposedly they were so pissed because Roman Reigns brought him up that he hasn't been anywhere, but he was actually on NXT the following night after he got beat up.
But he wasn't on TV though.
He was on TV.
He was?
He was in the middle of the ring.
NXT London, yeah. He started the show.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, the next day he was on Twitter with a picture of him.
No, that I saw.
London.
Yeah, that
he said, I know I got beat up, but that never keeps me down. I'm here. I'm like, wait a minute.
He doesn't talk like Vince though.
Well, he
was like, all right,
I'm here now.
My nose is here, but I still haven't arrived. My nose got here 15 minutes early.
There is another guy.
Knows talent.
There's another guy we haven't really mentioned yet who, honestly, I'm thinking should be one of those surprise Rumble entrants.
Why do you pick the weirdest guys that I don't even want to see?
Yeah.
The reason I picked Tatanka is
because the weirdest bastards.
The reason I'm picking Tatanka because he literally.
Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya?
The reason I picked Tatanka because
Bobby Heenan was the best at racist commentary.
Tatanka,
you cannot hear racist commentary anymore, but Bobby Heenan was the master of that shit.
I miss the days of Bobby Heenan.
I mean, he would straight up, hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya?
Mean Gene, Bobby Heenan, and
Gorilla Monsoon.
and Gorilla
Gorilla
Monsoon were the
Monsoon.
top guys, man. That were just
And Jesse Ventura.
yeah. But the guys who stand out to me the most is those three.
I really
Don't forget
wish
about
that-
Sean Mooney.
I really, really wish that Bobby could still do interviews.
Me
because
too, man. Me
I'm
too.
not even kidding you. I did. I was a part of Trash Talking Radio. I got to actually be a part of the interview with him, and oh my God, is that man brilliant?
You know what's so fucked up though? Like honestly, out of anyone that has gotten sick or passed away, that hit me really hard because the element that made him is the one that affected him. Is it's talking.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up. Like that is so fucked up.
To this
The
day,
one
I
thing,
still
like,
say
you could-
he is the best manager ever, and
Yeah.
I will go tooth and nail
Oh,
to
yeah.
that one.
Everybody says that.
I've had people argue with me about it.
No, Paul Heyman has said that. He said that that's not even, Bobby Heenan is the top. And many people feel the top color commentator.
Oh God, yeah.
Except when he went to WCW, he just I don't know what the hell happened to him, but
He was
Oh,
good.
that was the greatest part of it. I'm not. This is hilarious. Okay, during
Remember
this interview.
Brian Pillman? What the fuck?
no, but I'm saying
But no, but Byron, this was
What
great.
the fuck are you
During-
doing?
Yeah, I
During
remember
the
that.
interview, he said, "Do me a favor, say WCW." Like, okay, WCW. Flush.
No, but you don't remember the Brian Pillman incident at Clash of
Yeah,
Champions
when
when
he was
Pillman
outside the
grabbed
ring,
him
yeah.
by
He
his
grabbed
neck, which he
Yeah.
had a neck injury, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he said it live. I watched that live, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like we used to live to watch wrestling just as for a curse word. Like
no, but you know what it is?
we would pop big time if there was
No,
a
it's
curse
true.
word.
Especially when Bret Hart did it live on Raw.
Yo,
Remember?
they had
That was the best.
they had the Raw on the network where Austin opened Raw and he was saying shit.
What
live on the
what
mic.
was that?
I don't know.
Almost in our lap here, and Eddie. Wait a minute, wait. What the fuck are you doing?
It's so clear, man.
No, but what I'm saying is,
That was Brian Pillman, yo.
The one-
Nobody knew what
the
he was
Bobby-
doing.
Bobby Heenan that I didn't like was, I guess when NWO came into play, because he just became very soft and very,
yeah.
like he wasn't talking like bad anymore to people.
Well, he wasn't
was-
happy. He wasn't happy.
Yeah, he was just not saying Bobby at that point.
And then he came out at WrestleMania 17 and was just unbelievably good.
Yes,
He
with
said-
him, I think it was him and Mean Gene, right?
And then Jin and Iron Sheik came out. He was like, by the time Iron Sheik gets to the ring, it's going to be WrestleMania 33. Because Iron Sheik took a long fucking time. to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sheik was bad.
And he won, actually. I think he won that room.
He did win, yeah.
Oh, that was the Legends one. Yeah.
And then you listen to the commentating today, man, and it's just like, what?
Wait a minute. You know,
Even the referees
Baby
back in the day
mouth.
was better.
There's something we didn't talk about that I read because I haven't watched SmackDown, but Jerry the King Lawler turned heel commentator.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
has
saw a
anybody-
little bit. By the way, Sean was right. The guy that's doing the commentating on SmackDown is 10 times better than Michael Cole. I mean, anybody's 10 times better than Michael Cole, but this guy's really good. Like, I flipped it on, right? And he was doing a Japanese reference.
Well, I found
It was
out a
like
little
Matt
more
Striker
information.
all over again.
I was like, holy shit, this guy's talking about New Japan.
I do have a little more information about that guy. We already kind of covered last week, I believe, that he used to do the commentary on Access TV for New Japan, but it turns out because he's now with WWE, Access TV needs someone to replace him. And I think I will tell you, you might be surprised by who they got replacing this guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, how are you? Hey.
I don't think anyone would get that reference, actually.
Yes, it's Jim Ross.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
Jim
not going to
Ross.
get that reference? Maybe not everyone knows the Oklahoma theme. I mean, he has
That's his theme.
I was going to say, we heard it for how many years?
Can I tell you guys something?
But seriously,
if
he
you
has.
brought, if you
he
brought
has
Jim
been-
Ross back, right?
He would
Let's
sound
just
so
say-
out of place.
Yes, exactly. I don't
He
think
would
he
sound
fits it in-
so out of place right now.
Yes, I don't think I want to hear him anymore. I think it's
Me either.
done. I think he had his moment, but it's just so
I was
different now.
thinking about that exact same thing about
It's
Jim
brilliant.
Ross.
But it may be out of place, but just think about the kind of pickup Access TV just did. So now he's going to be covering New Japan exclusively now.
For that, yeah. Yep. But WWE, I think he would be. It's just not what he, was commentating back in the day.
No more.
He had passion. He had passion when he was commentating.
But it's just the time we're in now is just that it's just not there anymore.
Yeah.
It's not.
But that's what I'm saying. Fit. Like he wouldn't have passion for it. He had passion for Austin. He had passion for the guys he knew. He doesn't,
My back.
Ryback, my God, he's not gonna. Nobody would actually do that for Ryback. But
John Cena.
He might do it for Cena. I do. You know what? I'm gonna admit this, but I miss Cena.
So do I.
I know it's only been 2 weeks or whatever.
No, I miss Cena too because he was resting tremendously, man.
I think it sucks.
Yes. I do. This is actual breaking news, and it does seem like the odds, Vegas bet makers, whatever you want to say, according to Patty Powers,
that's not a sentence.
Odds
makers Vegas. That's I don't even know what that is.
Point being, they have recently released their favorites to win the Royal Rumble now.
Oh, look out!
Yes. Right now, the top 10, starting from the 10th spot. Actually, I'll give you the flavor spots first. Mr. McMahon, well, the ones that aren't in the top 10, but notable mentions. Mr. McMahon is considered a 40-1 favorite.
Oh, God.
Sami Zayn, 33-1. Finn Balor, 25-1. And AJ Styles in the 11th spot at a 20-1 favorite.
Wow.
Then you go to the top 10. Dean Ambrose, 18-1. Undertaker, 18-1. The Rock, a 16-1 favorite. Sheamus, same story. Rusev is a 14-1 favorite. Daniel Bryan, a 12-1 favorite. Bray Wyatt, 10-1. Brock Lesnar, 11-5. Roman Reigns, 11-8. And then finally, the person who has the most highest favoritism to win the Royal Rumble, Triple H, 4-5 favorite.
Okay, I'm being dead serious when I say this. I don't understand what that means. I don't understand the whole 11-5. What does that mean?
For every $1 you bet, let's use in the Rusev. For every $1 you bet and Rusev wins the Rumble, you win $14. So if you bet,
that doesn't really explain it.
So if you bet $1,
so the favorite to win is Triple H.
Yes. According to odds makers, Triple H.
The second time, by the way, that I've heard Mr. McMahon. Do people really think that Vince McMahon is going to be in this Royal Rumble?
I hope not.
No.
Because that's stupid.
His clavicles.
That's
just really, really stupid, honestly.
Quick shout out to Brody to send that information to me for that story.
Yeah, I'm not making a joke. I really don't understand the whole 11-1 whatever blah. I've never got that. Like, does 11 people mean that 11 people think it and 5 don't?
No, it's simply if you bet $1, again, 11-1 favorite. You bet $1, you make $11 if you win.
You can tell Joey's never bet on horses.
No, I can tell. Don't. I'm not a betting. I don't.
I don't know how to explain other than that. If you bet $2,
is that how you bet on horses?
How to come up with it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know how they come up with it.
I would never take my money and bet on first of all a horse, a car. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go to I spent a tremendous amount of time in Atlantic City. I wouldn't go to a casino and be like, "Here, please take my money." It just doesn't make sense. And I know people that do this on a consistent basis. And they never win. And it's just like the lotto. I played the lotto maybe I think once in my life. And I was just like, it's really it would be unbelievable if I won the lotto. Which, by the way, I wouldn't be talking to any of you.
Rude.
So you didn't play the Powerball this past week?
No, I didn't.
I did. I paid one.
I don't even want
to I didn't win a damn thing.
You spent money on it?
Yes.
I did.
What was the winnings?
It ended up the
1.5
final.
billion or some shit.
Yeah,
1.3 billion.
And like
Yeah.
three. Yeah,
Wow.
it ended up split in 3 ways.
Honestly, like in all seriousness, if
That was the biggest-
Byron, if you won, what would you do?
Oh wow, I definitely wouldn't be here right now for sure.
No, but what would you do?
Dude, I don't know. I would just take off somewhere and go somewhere to a different country and just open up a freaking.
Okay, you wouldn't do that.
Probably not. I probably would buy a condo out here and a business.
You mean across the street?
No, in the city, and I would make some money off it that way. Yeah,
that's true. I would buy like one of those expensive places in the city where like they have like a
go broke because you're in New York.
Yeah,
that's true
but
too.
I'm saying you're gonna make money because you know how many people are gonna want to rent that spot out in the city. There's people that have money
Like
in the city.
I mean, I would buy like a place with a terrace and like the whole top floor.
A place
You know
with
how
a
much money I
terrace?
can be banking in, and I won't do shit.
I'll rent it out for parties and shit.
Yeah, that's money right there.
I'm
Yeah,
curious.
New York, you could make money.
That's why a lot of people come to New York. But if you don't have money, that's an issue.
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
I'm more confused why you're going to buy a terrorist.
No, I said
I'm not gonna buy a
place with a terrace.
What the hell's a terrace?
You know, like one of those balcony things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like you just rent the top floor.
I think Sean thought you said terrorist.
yeah, that's what I thought. I was confused.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a terrorist, and then I'm gonna terrorize.
I'm gonna buy a terrorist and
I'm gonna send one. I'm gonna send one to PH, Michigan.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my terrorist mate with other terrorists.
I'm gonna definitely send one to Santa Ana, California. Calm down, Amanda. Too much emotion.
I like Amanda just be giggling at certain things. I like that.
I've been listening to the show back, and she just laughs at the funniest things.
Deal with it.
So, Amanda, if you won that money, what would you do?
Well, there's a lot of like animal rescue groups I donate to.
Oh God.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Give money to my family so they can just go away and leave me alone.
At least you honest.
I don't
know how hounded I would be by my family.
Right.
like
Family that doesn't even talk to me would probably talk to you.
Oh yeah, what? You'll get a lot of people calling you out of nowhere.
God.
I'm your cousin. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's cool.
I'd be like, go yourself.
I'm your cousin, Billy Bob Thornton.
Well, if it's somebody like that, like if Kat Dennings called me, I'd be like, oh, I'll take this call. I'll take it. Actually, I would probably rent Lisa Ann for a while.
You know what? Yes, me too. Yes,
you
sir.
pay Sunny for
What?
web.
Yeah. Have you heard the updates to the Sunny stories?
No.
Oh yeah.
Not only.
What's up with that SWAT?
All right, the beginning from the top. It seems like that she is selling her Hall of Fame ring to eBay with a starting bid at $3,000.
Wait, are you serious?
However, Vivid Media, the porn company that's been wanting to get her for a while, apparently, is offering her $100,000 for the Hall of Fame ring. However, she must do a 1 hour and 30-minute sex tape.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I cannot believe that she's gonna sell her Hall of Fame.
You know what her excuse was? She said
It doesn't mean anything to her. Why was she given?
That's true.
You know what her excuse is?
But that's so
She's
like
already-
nasty, man. That's
her
so nasty.
excuse, yeah, her excuse is
Isn't Triple H
pretty
worried
much-
about kids look up her name on the internet?
Yeah.
she's pretty much done with wrestling, and she thinks that she needs to move on with her life, and by doing
But still,
that,
though,
she needs to get rid of the ring.
really, but
Which is
but
bullshit,
that's an
because she's gonna-
honor.
No, but she's doing time. That's why she's trying to get rid of the fucking ring.
She's looking to pay off all her fines from her DOI because she can't stay the hell out of the bottle.
And what was not the Vivid offer? What was the other offer?
That was the full offer was $100,000.
No, not that one. The other one.
Oh, the original
eBay.
first. Yeah, she was going to sell it on eBay, and the first bet was for $3,000. Her bid was for $3,000.
That's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
fucking
just,
insulting.
it really is like that.
How much did Abdullah the Butcher?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
looking
what
that
is
up
that
real
for?
quick. I was going to look that up real quick because I remember he sold it, but I don't know offhand.
That's so messed up, man.
But what? Let me ask you something.
I believe that's really messed up.
Let me ask you something. If I go buy that ring right now, what the hell am I going to do with that ring?
You would have a Hall of Fame ring.
That's it.
Yep.
I mean, you buy dumber things.
Okay.
But I'm saying, what am I going to do with the Hall of Fame ring? What do I do with it?
Because you have a Hall of Fame ring. If I had the money, let's say I won the Powerball, I would buy that in a second. In a second, I would buy it.
Valuable if it came off like Hall of Fame.
A fucking WWE Hall of Fame ring?
But Joey, would you get it for a collectible?
Yes.
And maybe sell it later for something more.
I would never sell that. Yeah, I would never sell that.
It did look
if I got an authentic WWE title, I would never sell that. I would never ever sell that.
It does look like Abdullah the Butcher tried selling his Hall of Fame ring for $17,500.
Well, that's a little better. That's a little better.
Did anyone buy it?
I don't know. I was just by the starting bid, but it looks like no one actually bought it, though.
But you know what gets me is that Sunny made such a big deal when she went into the Hall of Fame, how much it meant to her, blah, blah, blah. And then you sell the ring. Like, that's so fucked up. That is so beyond fucked up to me. Well, I think that's worse than her doing porn.
You know, that's just the way it is, man.
That's like Derek Jeter getting into the Hall of Fame, and then a couple of years later, he sells his ring. Like, what? People would be, like, disgusted with him.
Oh,
you would have no respect. Like, honestly.
It's all right, though.
Nah, I really think that's...
No, it's all right because, you know, people are going to look at her the way they're going to look at her now, and that's it.
Well, now, yeah.
You lose respect for her, and that's the way it is now.
I lost respect for her a long fucking time ago.
Right, but to sell your Hall of Fame ring, like, if I was a performer and I earned the right to get into that Hall of Fame, I would never do that. Personally. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't.
Well, because you have respect for it. She doesn't.
That's clear. And then she's going to exchange it to do porn.
Well, that's just the vivid offer.
That is unbelievable.
It's the vivid offer. It has not actually happened and likely won't happen.
I wouldn't put it past her for her to do
Well, they were
it.
offering her money. They were offering her money to do porn before, and she didn't actually do it, even though we heard that she was signed.
Even though she's now hard up for cash because her ass is going to jail.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not that hard to believe.
It does look like the Abdullah the Butcher ring, he tried selling it again because it didn't sell the first time for $13,000. And apparently, or best offer was accepted. So it wasn't sold for $13,000.
$13,000 or your best offer. That is
how much was he supposed to give that? Oh God, that wrestler he gave hepatitis to.
I believe the Butcher gave hepatitis.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because of the blood.
Yeah.
He's still paying that off.
Probably.
That's when he needs to sell the ring.
Speaking of hepatitis, we'll be right back here on 8bitex.com.
Oh, good.
Play a commercial for hepatitis.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Anderson.
There you go.
Anderson, you're listening to Roundtable Wrestling.
Playtime. Okay, it was fun for us. We got the W, right? That's all that matters. We got the W, right?
Oh, God.
Fair? What you know about fair? Don't talk to me about fair. Fair. My metabolism isn't fair. If you're a warrior, you walk out there and you do what you do. You want to call out 4 people? Well, then guess what? You're going to get beat down by 4 people. And if you include me, that's 6. They brought it on themselves.
Reason for this. We can. You're an animal. You just like to hurt people. There's no need to jump up like that and come down with all that force. You know, this guy could be seriously hurt here. But I'll tell you something, Sweet Pan. I get the pile driver on you, I'm going to show no mercy. I'm going to do it exactly the way you've been doing it to everybody else. And you're the one that's going to end up hurt. And I hope you end up in the hospital, Sweet Pan. With all my heart, I hope you end up in the hospital. This guy deserves it, I'm telling you. He deserves it.
Thank you so very much, Iron Mike Sharp. We'll be seeing more of him in a little bit. Right now, here's a word for all wrestling fans.
This has to be the corniest muscle white dude I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Okay, Coco Beware, you know what? You're being an asshole, all right? You know what I do with assholes? I lick them.
Okay, first,
how
who
the hell? I wish you could actually play the real version of that.
I like that version.
Who said that? Who said that?
Just to break this down, the first clip was Awesome Kong's promo because she recently joined the Dollhouse.
Right,
and
right.
That was hilarious, I thought.
Yeah,
and the most recent one, that was John Cena, part of the Trainwreck movie.
I have a feeling because it sounded like him.
He's the one that said, I lick assholes?
I lick assholes, yes.
Okay.
That line is so
That is
much
funny.
worse. I'll probably try and get a longer clip.
I want to see that movie.
I've heard nothing but good things. Like, that was the best comedy of last year.
It was nominated for a Golden Globe.
From what I understand, though, it will change your perception of John Cena.
Yeah. He's actually also in Sisters.
Yep.
So he's actually getting a lot of work.
What the hell is Sisters?
It's a movie.
It's Amy Poehler and
Tina Fey. It came out the same day as Star Wars, which was a very intelligent move.
There's a movie the comedy movie with John Cena is called what?
Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Oh, Trainwreck. Okay. Yeah.
That's the one with Amy Schumer and LeBron James.
Who I do not think, by the way, is funny.
LeBron James or Amy Schumer?
No, Amy Schumer.
Yeah,
I don't
agree.
get the whole Amy Schumer thing.
I don't. A lot of people think she's funny and hot. And I don't get either.
I thought she there was a very, very small, tiny space of time where she was a little cute, but that's gone.
I'd give you she was kind of cute, but not
she
like
was kind of cute. Yeah. Actually, Whitney Cummings is hot.
I would agree with Whitney Cummings.
You want to talk about stand-ups?
I don't know her name. She's a comedian actress, but she was in Parks and Rec. She's always got the big eyes.
Yes, that's she was also in that 25-hour marathon. Oh man, I can't remember her name now. But
she was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Rashida Jones.
Yeah, Rashida Jones is really hot too.
She's hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. But I just, the whole Amy Schumer thing, she was on the Golden Globes and she's lost her look. Now she's hanging out with Jennifer Lawrence. It just reminded me of the whole ugly girl with the hot girl, and it just doesn't match well. And also, I want to bring this up, by the way. I don't know if people know this. There's a whole big controversy about the Oscars that people are boycotting it. Now, this is what I don't understand. Like, black people are very, very upset that nobody was nominated for the major categories, especially Jada Pinkett Smith, a.k.a. Will Smith's wife. Now, she felt like Will Smith should have been nominated for that movie that he just did where he had that stupid accent. Listen, if Will Smith...
one?
Yeah, the concussion one.
Yeah.
If Will Smith was the best choice, then yes, nominate him. But don't nominate him because he's black. That's what they're really trying to...
I think a lot of it also comes. I think a lot of it comes from because didn't Straight Outta Compton get completely snubbed?
Yes, except for the white guy who wrote it. And I get that, but unless they're the best choice, why should they be nominated because they're black? That's what I don't understand. Like, so we should just nominate Will Smith because he's black. That's what you're saying. Is what So the other guys like Sylvester Stallone got nominated. I think he deserves it.
Agree.
It just so Leonardo DiCaprio, and I heard nothing but good things about The Revenant.
He won't win it.
Tom Hardy is, like the Marlon Brando of this era, people are saying. If they're the best choice, or if movies just happen to have white people in them, I think it's ridiculous. Honestly.
I'm just going to really say, since people are upset that Will Smith wasn't nominated, Michael B. Jordan was way better in Creed than Will Smith in Concussion, or whatever the hell it was called.
Well, Jada Pinkett Smith is boycotting it. Dave Chappelle, Spike Lee, obviously.
Yep.
So they're doing this whole boycott, and they're talking about starting their own Oscars, which I think is going to be like a real big problem.
The Black Oscars or something?
Black Oscars, yes. I'm being dead serious. That's what they're saying.
Not to sound like complete and totally racist, but isn't that what the BET and then isn't there also an
But they're talking about for more serious, a more defined, gentlemanly kind of because the BET Awards, all hell breaks loose every year.
Yeah.
So they don't want that kind of an award.
You know
show.
what's crazy is that
They won an Oscars, but with more black people in it.
It's crazy though that someone, a pro wrestler, actually went on Twitter and actually gave his thoughts about this entire situation too.
Wow, you got a big head.
Not that guy.
By the way, you
Truth
know
be
who's the
told,
host
I'm
of the
not a very
Oscars?
big fan of the black people.
You know who's the host of the Oscars?
Ricky Gervais.
No, Chris Rock.
Oh, Ricky Gervais was
Really?
Golden Globes, right?
Chris Rock is the host of the Oscars. How ironic is that? You know how he's gonna tear into that?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean Chris Rock
I
is
feel
very
bad for the
wild.
Academy
The
right
black
now.
people.
Chris Rock is very wild, man. He's gonna go after that. If this is the biggest opportunity for him to really make this a real issue, and he's the host, and it's live. I feel sorry for them. I'm gonna be watching just because Chris Rock is hosting, but I just find that interesting. Like Jada Pinkett Smith is gonna boycott because her husband wasn't nominated for it. That's such stupidity.
If
Honestly.
it was someone else, I probably would agree more. But it's
Right,
seriously,
like-
you're upset that your husband didn't get nominated. Calm
That's
the
what I'm
fuck
saying.
down.
Like if Jada Pinkett Smith was like, "Okay, I'm boycotting because Straight Outta Compton getting together," I would understand that.
Yeah,
but
I
you
was-
gonna do it for your husband. Like
I
get the
was
hell out of
shocked that Straight Outta Compton didn't get that many nominations at all. That one makes sense to be
here. Yeah, I
boycotted.
get that part.
Like
but-
they have 10 nominees for Best Picture. I think one of them is Inside Out, another's Mad Max.
Right.
But Straight Outta Compton didn't get a single nomination for Best Picture. What?
Dude, I'm so happy about Mad Max though because Mad Max, that shit was awesome.
But was it
And now
really?
it's nominated for Best Oscar, so take it.
Was Mad Max really better than the
Yes.
Indiana Jones trilogy?
What?
Going by the Rotten Tomatoes, going by the critics, Mad Max is considered one of the greatest action sci-fi movies of all time, including Jaws, Terminator 2, and the Indiana Jones trilogy. And
Okay,
I can't.
are they saying that it's better than Terminator 2?
It's higher rated than any of those
Really?
films. Yes.
Wow. Okay, well that's interesting. I would say that that Mad Max with Tom Hardy is better than some of those movies. I would. I think Mad Max is one of the most mind-blowing things I've ever seen. Honestly. I don't know if it's certainly not better than Terminator 2.
I am way behind in my movie watching, man.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves with that.
There's
I mean, what was the other movie you mentioned?
Inside Out. That was nominated. Or are you talking about those better?
The sci-fis.
Indiana Jones trilogy, Jaws, Terminator
Is Indiana
2.
Jones a sci-fi movie?
Let's consider the same action adventure as the.
But Indiana Jones is a real profession.
Yes, a real profession with Kali Ma. Kali.
Yeah, no, but sci-fi is like, stuff that.
I wouldn't consider Indiana Jones sci-fi.
Yeah, I don't think that's sci-fi. That's action adventure.
It was still better rated then, if you wanted to still argue.
Okay, well, it's definitely not better than Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's for sure. Or Temple of Doom.
I think I'd have to double check on which other movies it was because it was a long time I read the article.
Indiana Jones is not a sci-fi movie. I mean, maybe Part 4. With the aliens, but I wouldn't have considered Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Let's put it this way. I'll get the Oscars real quick to get the Best Picture nominations, but most importantly, would you say? Oh, actually, I don't know. Have you seen the new Star Wars yet, Joey?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, just
God, come on,
would you
man.
say?
I'm gonna see it next Monday. Actually,
Now, since you haven't seen it yet, would you be okay with us asking the one question, yes and no, which was better, Mad Max versus Star Wars?
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
I haven't seen Mad Max, so
Oh, damn it, Laura.
But Sean, I know you don't like Mad Max, which I don't understand.
Okay, Byron, have you seen both films?
Have I seen what films?
I don't think he's Mad Max.
Mad Max and
I don't
Star
even know-
Wars.
I don't think he knows what we're talking about.
I know Mad Max and I never seen it. No.
Okay. Here were the nominees for Best Picture. Just going to talk about the Best Picture, unless you want to talk about the other ones.
No. Just the Best Picture. Because
We've got The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and Spotlight.
Okay, those are very white movies.
I have not seen a single one of those.
Yeah, and I do want to see The Martian, though.
I've seen one of them, and The Martian is on my list. I'll admit that.
Martian, that's
Here's
a
the
sci-fi
thing.
movie.
Wait a minute, you're telling me 50 Shades of Grey isn't in this?
50 Shades was nominated for an Oscar, though.
Was it?
Yes.
For what?
Gross.
For worst concept ever?
50 Shades of Grey was nominated for Best Original Song.
Oh my god. Oh,
song.
okay. Well, that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Eminem,
The
if
best
Eminem
song
has an
thing.
I
Oscar.
don't understand though. I really do not understand the fascination with that because, like, if you watch Basic Instinct, that's way more hardcore. Like, I'm being dead serious.
Isn't 50 Shades like did it the ones that they?
It was crap.
The worst movies. The worst movies. The
Yeah,
Rousey,
it got
I wanna say
the
that?
Cranberries.
Yeah.
I know they got a lot of like little they got nominations all through that one.
If you watch the sex, like, it's supposed to be a very, very sexual thing, and it's not. It's not sexual. It's not.
I have nothing to do. I refuse to even read the books.
It's so retarded.
I don't see the
Again, if you've ever seen Basic Instinct with Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone, that is way more hardcore.
Refuse to get hard.
Yeah.
It's way more hardcore. He bends Janine Triplehorn over and
I do want to see The Martian,
sticks
but
it right up her caboose. I'm being serious. He does.
I believe it, yes.
He rapes her. I'm being serious.
It looks like 50 Shades, since we talked about Razzies, it was 50 Shades of Grey and Pixels. They were nominated for most shittiest movies of last year.
but good things about Pixels.
Yeah, I like stupid stuff. So
I couldn't stand Pixels because I just...
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, that's it. Adam Sandler. Thank you, Manda.
Hey, he makes good movies.
He made good movies, sir.
No, he makes good movies. Did you see The Ridiculous Six? Did you see it? Now listen, the title says ridiculous, all right? So don't give me a... It's not Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy.
I do... This is the last thing we're going to mention with movies because we do have a couple more wrestling things. I want to mention, because I want to say it openly, actor in a leading role, nominated for an Oscar. Leonardo DiCaprio, once again, is nominated. But I'm sorry.
He should have won.
God, he needs to win.
He will lose once again this year to Walter White himself, Bryan Cranston, who was also nominated for Best Actor.
Who else is nominated?
For what?
Wait, who else?
For
is
Trombone.
Who else is nominated?
Bullshit.
He's really good actually.
He's
Tom Cruise.
Phenomenal actor.
The other nominees are Matt Damon, Michael Fassbender, and Eddie Redmayne.
Actually, Michael Fassbender might win.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
I think Leonardo is not going to win it, but I'm pulling for Walter White.
I'm actually pulling for Leo because he should have won for Wolf of Wall Street. That was one of the greatest things. First of all, that movie is just fucking awesome.
I haven't seen it.
Fucking insane awesome.
I haven't seen it, but the only reason I haven't is because it's 3 hours long.
Oh, dude, trust me, you would not know, Sean. You would not know. It is the funniest, most hardcore fucking movie you will ever see. That's a hardcore movie. You want to see sex? You watch Wolf of Wall Street.
If I want to see sex, I'm going to watch a Lisa Ann movie. How about that?
No, I'm serious, but I'm just saying, like, it's not just sex, you know. But this girl, the girl from Wolf of Wall Street alone, you should watch it for, man. She's totally naked.
Speaking of totally naked,
and that's the girl that's gonna play the Joker's. The hell's this bitch called?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Thank you.
Speaking of totally naked, we do have an update in the Jimmy Snuka trial, and
what does that have to do with totally naked?
And it does seem like.
I was gonna say, if anything, you should have gone with the Caitlyn picture. But
Are you thinking about jail or something?
Yeah, something like jail. But it seems like
he's mentally incompetent to stand trial.
Maybe rape or
tonight.
Yeah, Amanda just said it right there. Jimmy Snuka might not stand trial for killing Nancy Argentino or whatever.
I think it's very convenient that all of a sudden he's mentally incompetent.
Is it all of a sudden? Really?
It kind of is, because he's been mentally competent. So that kind of qualifies as all of a sudden.
So what are they saying? They're going to just
he can't stand trial. He can't stand trial.
First, they're going to do tests on him to confirm if he is or not. And then they'll go...
There's so much ways you could fake that.
Yeah, but he's old, dude.
He is old, but okay, he's old. But if he murdered somebody, he should fucking go to jail for it. What is that? Oh, he's old. What the hell does that mean?
Old.
Considering that he's old and he still has the stomach cancer.
That's not an excuse, though. I mean, if he brutally murdered someone, I'm sorry.
It's his freaking life now.
He has fungus in his feet. I mean, give him a break.
Hey, man, I met the man, and I took a picture with him, and I'm being unbiased.
Going to trial. You must know something.
No, I'm serious. If you committed murder, I don't care how old you are. I don't give a shit what your age is. That should not ever affect. Listen, if he is mentally incompetent, that's fine. But the age thing,
the age that they're going to use the age thing. That's why.
That's not an excuse though for murder. That's not an excuse. That's why murder is the only thing that doesn't have a statute of limitations.
It looks like it's going to be manslaughter and third-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter is the charges on him.
Oh, well, he won't do that much. So.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, they should let him go.
Even if he does,
that's not real murder.
Even if he does end up going to prison for it, I don't think he would actually spend that much time in jail for his life as it is.
Yeah, he's not. But I'm just saying, in general, if you committed murder, I don't give a shit if you're 80. People have been caught, by the way, at that age, getting away with it for that long. But I mean, if it's like that, then I'm just gonna start committing murder. Because there's plenty of people that I have on my list.
I'm incompetent. You can't get me.
I don't know where I am, sir.
Find the evidence of semen under the stove and they get you.
My ex-wife
Why the hell is there
to run
semen
into my
under
knife. What the hell? What?
Why is there semen under the stove, man? What the hell kind of pancakes are you making over there?
No, it's from. I think it was Dave Chappelle, one of his stand-ups where he's like, CSI, it's not how it. Or was it in the movie Superbad when they're referencing, like, it's not how it is on the TV?
Oh, yeah. Manda was like, no, it's true. Like it was a fact. By the way, we didn't talk about this last week, and it was one of the commercial breaks that Sean played. But the return of a television show on Netflix, and that is Fuller House.
Oh, did you guys watch it? Because I didn't watch it.
It's not
out yet.
Damn, Laurel's on top of that. She's like, I'm waiting. I'm counting down.
I am a TGIF nerd. I love TGIF. I will always love TGIF.
Hell yeah, I'm with you.
Call me when they get a family.
Every Friday night, man. Full House.
Ridiculous.
Family Matters. Step by step.
Call me when they get a Family Matters reunion. Then I'll be excited.
What?
I love Family Matters. Honestly, I'm pissed off they're doing a Friends.
Don't be ridiculous.
I love a lot of shows. They shouldn't come back.
Do you see that they're doing a Friends reunion now? Like it's official?
No, it's not. It's not a Friends reunion. They're just getting together to honor the director. That's it.
I don't care. I don't like it.
Did he die or something?
That I would like to see because they look kind of the same.
Did he die?
Who? No, they're just honoring the director.
Why? He's not even dead yet.
He's done a lot of shows like Cheers. He did like all the top shows. But anyway, it's not a Friends reunion. But that would be, and if they did it, by the way, they have said they're going to do like a special. It's not going to be a series. Like they're going to come back as the Friends.
Well, that's what it's going to be. Like I didn't say with the kind of reunion. They're going to get together, do one thing, and
that's fine. I don't mind that. Like they did that with Seinfeld a little bit with Curb Your Enthusiasm. That was okay. But you're bringing back Full House as a series.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, man.
But it's not like.
And they're going back to the same house. Like what?
Yeah,
they never left.
I've read the synopsis of it.
I remember when I got touched over here in the corner of the sofa.
Oh no! See the trailer with Uncle Jesse, and he's all like, he does his catchphrase. I can't remember what it is right now, but I was
or something like that, or
I forgot what it was. Like, what does Uncle Jesse say?
Truth be told, I'm not a very big fan of the black people.
I forgot what Uncle Jesse. Actually, you need to get that clip, Sean, of Xavier Woods. It's only an exhibition. And when I forgot to mention this, but when Jericho broke when he broke his trombone or whatever, he was like,
hilarious.
Why? It's just the way he did it.
I love the funeral.
The funeral was awesome, man. They had like a little casket.
like I said, my only thing was man, they missed out on wearing the armband for it.
That's actually a good point. They should have worn the armbands. That was funny though.
Oh man.
There was somebody that was telling me the same thing as Byron, that they don't like what they do. The New Day.
I think it's hilarious.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm going in.
Hey.
Do you know what that?
Oh God!
You know what that music means?
Man.
It's the Royal
And
Rumble.
the WWE champion.
Actually,
this is Sean Mooney talking.
It's actually no. Vince would do it. He would be like,
no, but Sean Mooney would do it sometimes also.
No, not the WrestleMania thing.
Yes.
Not Sean
No, it
Mooney.
was always Vince
It
that
was
did the
always Vince.
voiceovers.
Yeah, the intro of WrestleMania was always Vince.
Oh,
when that music played.
Before Amanda just brought this up, before we get into Royal Rumble prediction, preview, and all that, Amanda, let's get into some Nakamura real quick.
Yeah.
What
Okay, someone I asked if he was stripped from the title, and someone told me no, that he wasn't.
And
I tried really reading on Wrestling Observer, and they're saying that they took the title from him, but it wasn't for the reasons being him going to WWE.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up.
So there's not going to be no Nakamura versus Kenny.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, if they're saying that it's not because of WWE, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Total and utter bullshit. That's like saying we're not taking AJ. Like, really? Alberto didn't just get stripped of the title because of us. Because they did try to say that afterwards. They were like, oh, no, we were going to let him do it. Right, guys? And everybody just walked away. So that whole Nakamura not getting stripped, yeah, that's for the WWE. Of course it is.
I mean, they even
It's
mentioned
only a matter of time.
It's fucking plain as day.
Which I know you're upset that Omega and Nakamura aren't going to fight for the title. They stripped him of the belt. He's going to have one more match, I think, January 29th, and then he's going straight. And then he's going straight to NXT.
So how are they going to deal with the title?
They haven't announced it yet. I assume it'll be at the 29th show they'll announce how they're going to handle the title. After Nakamura's tournament, probably. I mean, they usually do tournaments over there.
You know what's funny? I was talking to my friend earlier about this. This kind of situation that we're seeing with Nakamura, AJ, and all these guys. WWE, when WCW was around, they would take WCW's talent. They would never concern themselves with other people's talent. They would just concern themselves with WCW. They wanted WCW's talent because it was just WCW's talent. But WWE is actually contractually getting every top or recognized name from around the globe. That's a different situation.
Can I tell you something? That's Triple H.
That's gonna. What I'm saying though is ultimately is that even if a promotion came up, I'm just saying it's not gonna happen. But even if it did, they still can't get top talent because WWE
But
signed.
they don't book them good. It's when they go into the main roster.
What?
They're booking
she's right.
better.
They don't book them good.
They're booking better than what they were. I mean, it's not like Michinoku.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like Taka Michinoku in the 90s or...
What happened to Tyler
I'm
Breeze?
sorry.
Or
they
like when they
booked
had...
Shinoku better.
Or how they had Kazarian in the Velocity days. I mean, you have literally Seth Rollins, your former ROH champion, winning the belt at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk were treated fantastic. Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens and Cesaro, for that matter, are in a better position than
Sean,
anyone.
I was with you until you said Cesaro.
Well, Cesaro, it was getting better near the tail end of the year. I mean, he did get a bit of a comeback, but if you compare Cesaro to what you would have expected, they are getting way better treatment than they have ever had.
What I'm
before.
saying, though, is that that's mind-blowing that they're getting every top talent from other places, not just one specific place, like TNA saying that they want to raid them. No, they're going after Japan, Mexico, everywhere around the globe that has any kind of recognizable name. They're going after. They are literally now more than even the WCW invasion. They're monopolizing everywhere. And I think that's kind of, first of all, it's mind-blowing, number one. Number two, it's a little bit dangerous because there's really going to be no competition. Like at all, not even like on a very minuscule level, there's going to be competition because if there's another rising star in Japan or another rising star in Mexico, WWE and Triple H are going to be taking a whiff and they're going to go after that guy. Even if they're not going to do anything with that guy, they're going to want to sign him.
The thing is that New Japan is loaded with talent.
Right.
beyond Nakamura.
But what I'm saying though is that if they have a recognizable talent that is recognizable to other people outside of Japan, they're going to go after that person. And that's a scary thought because they're not even going after them necessarily. I mean, sure, Triple H knows Nakamura, Triple H knows AJ. But at the same time, they're also doing it because they're recognizable talent. They're just.
I think how much is the WWE worth?
They're scooping up guys just to scoop them up, just to say, "Hey, we got Nakamura."
Going back to what would I would do with the money? I'd give it to ROH and New Japan.
Well, New Japan, I mean, they're not in a dreadful spot. They lost.
You gave me some, but
they lost 4 guys who were all in their mid-30s, going into late 40s. But it's not like they lost Okada, who's like 27 years old and the face of the company.
Yeah, there's no reason
Tanahashi too. But Tanahashi is another story where he's like in the 41-year-old. I don't think there's
Japanese names.
as much.
I thought he said Kaka, and I'm sorry for the like.
At first, I thought it was some sexual position. I'm like, what?
But Sean, I disagree with you right there because when you're talking about 41, that's still relatively not that old.
I mean, yeah, that's AJ Styles' age. But if you compare like Tanahashi to AJ Styles or Tanahashi to Nakamura, these two guys translated way more to the European and the American crowd than Tanahashi did.
No.
How old is AJ Styles?
40.
He's 40? I don't think so.
Last I saw, he was 40, 39, something in that realm.
Either way, he's not old in the wrestling business.
Not only just not old, he's in better shape now than when he was in TNA.
He is.
He's 38 years old.
And not only that, but he's actually a better wrestler than he was.
He is 38 years old. He's turning 39 in June.
A better technical wrestler than he used to be because back in the day when he was in TNA, he was a very much high-flying, very fast-paced guy. He learned how to ground wrestle. He learned how to actually wrestle a match. And that's a far better AJ. And there's a lot of guys. Let me tell you, once again, I always say this, and I've said it 1,000 times, and it's pretty relevant because we're talking about the Royal Rumble. Ric Flair, in 1992, when he won the Royal Rumble after blasting throughout the entire Rumble, was 40 years old. That was one of the best performances of his life at 40. So
before, just in the last thing to mention regarding this New Japan crew, the last rumors we've heard is that AJ should be debuting at the Rumble, if not the night after. Nakamura will be joining NXT at the end of February and then joining the main roster, but he's just going to be in NXT for their quick training and then jumping straight up.
God, I love that.
Well, I know you guys have heard the rumors about Finn Balor working heel.
Yes.
There's no rumors. There's
both
videos of it. There's videos of him doing it.
So basically,
in Chicago, he did that, didn't he?
There might be some rumors.
Well, they're teasing the whole what is it, Bullet Club?
Yes.
Yep.
But they're not going to name it Bullet Club. It's going to be the Balor Club or something like that.
No, they're going to call it the Bullet Club. They're buying the name. But did you see, Byron, that I don't know if you saw this because you fell asleep, but there was quite a few people in the crowd, and I always noticed the shit that had Bullet Club shirts.
I didn't see it. No.
That shit is growing, the Bullet Club shirt thing. So they're gonna buy.
So they bought the rights to it, or you don't know yet?
They're in the process of doing that because I'm telling you right now that they're gonna make a killing on that shirt. They're gonna make a fucking killing.
They're already making a killing.
People love trends and fads, and when you do a fad like that where people are wearing T-shirts because of a faction, dude, that is money in the bank.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, the Balor Club is almost similar to that. They could use the same kind of logo.
No, it's got to be Bullet.
No, it's got to be the Bullet Club.
The Bullet Club.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Bullet Club.
From what I understood with all of this is that New Japan has got the rights. They don't want to let go. So WWE went and copyrighted the Balor Club.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what they're talking about.
They'll buy it.
Yeah. So anyways,
what is New Japan going to use it for?
I don't think they're going to buy it.
They still got the Bullet Club, but the Bullet Club still exists in New Japan even after these guys left.
Yeah, first of all, they're pissed off probably because they freaking lost those guys. You think they're going to be like, okay, here.
Man, for money, yes. For money.
They're going to be bitter. They're going to be bitter, and no matter how much money you
money. Nah, I don't think
so.
so.
Are you eating a bowl of cereal at the desk?
Yes, I am.
Oh, it's Joey. Okay.
Oh, what if it was me? What?
I'm not going to touch you, Byron. You're too big for me to touch.
Actually, you know what? In all seriousness, Amanda brought up a good point. If I got that Powerball, I would buy TNA. No, I'm being dead serious. I would buy TNA.
What the hell would you do with TNA? You're gonna lose
10 times. 10. Dude, no. Dude, I would rock that shit better.
I know what you would do.
As long as
you would. I know exactly what Joey would.
I guess you're not gonna have a job, Laura, and I guess you're not gonna have a job, Byron.
Joey would main event. 90 debuts here.
No, I'm serious, dude. I would do a much better job than what they're doing. Honestly, I would.
Yeah, ditto.
I would hire.
You know what we should do?
I would hire Laura and Amanda.
No, check this out, though. I think we should do
Not
this one
Byron.
night. We should actually act like, let's just say we did purchase a company. How would we run it? We should have an episode.
Dude, you don't think that if I bought TNA, I could do a better job?
No, I'm sure you can. Because I think we're a lot more smarter than freaking Dixie Carter is.
As he says with a phrase, a lot more smarter.
Remember, I won what, $1 billion? You know what I could do with $1 billion? That's way more money than they have. First of all, I would pay talent.
That's $1 billion, dude.
I know, I would buy TNA, man, and I would change it. It would look completely different. It would run completely different. It wouldn't be any of the stupid shit. First of all, you would see the show. We wouldn't be in the dark.
I don't know why they never changed the look of that.
I would keep that Snow, and I would keep all the agents there because they're wise.
That's something that really bothers me. Why didn't they ever change that look? It's so dark.
They didn't have that in the old days. They didn't have that.
It looks so independent.
It looks. Yeah, I think it looks worse than independent. Independent. I've seen independent shows that have bright lights.
It looks. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Lucha Libre Underground.
Well, no, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when WCW was dying, and
they're hiding the bare spots and
WCW would use the Nitro set on their pay-per-views, and it was dark. That's what it reminds me of. Every time I look at that, I'm like, wow, that looks like the dying days of WCW. That was around like 2001, the worst days of WCW. That's what it looked like to me. And I'm like, I don't understand that, because when you guys were in Orlando or the earlier days, you guys had lights. You could see the show. It makes no sense to me that it's that dark, and it's so displeasing to the eye. Television, you got to understand, television, you have to have something pleasing to the eye and catching the eye when you're tuning into that channel. And that look that they have, I don't think so.
Can I just say that how pathetic it is that TNA went from leaving Universal to starting the tour, barely selling any seats, to where NXT, who has Full Sail University, still goes back there, tapes, and then goes out to do live shows, selling out.
Right.
TNA can't do the same thing. That's pathetic.
But you got to understand also that NXT does have the backing of the WWE brand.
Well, TNA at one point was a great brand that could do that, and now they can't at all, and now it's just a massive joke.
Yeah, it's just...
I will never understand how anybody can really truly be a fan of TNA. I just can't.
Here's the thing. NXT they have the backing of the WWE name, but they know what the hell they're doing there.
Right.
And TNA had an opportunity, which when they knew what they were doing at some point, they didn't freaking follow up, and they just went backwards on everything.
No, but what I'm saying though is that when people talk about that they sell out real quick, I'm like, yeah, well, that has a lot to do, yes, with NXT, but it also has to do with WWE. That's why TNA can't do it.
But they're selling out because they're putting a product that is entertaining. Just because they're being, backed up by the WWE.
No, but there's a lot of shows. For example, WrestleMania. WrestleMania, we don't know what kind of product they're going to produce, but people buy tickets in advance. It's a WrestleMania show. You're going to go to WrestleMania.
You go to WrestleMania to experience WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why people are buying tickets, because they're like, NXT's related to WWE. I'm going to go.
I don't think that's all of it, though.
No, I'm not saying that's all of it. NXT is definitely leading it, but there's some people that, if somebody...
Turn off the WrestleMania music.
This is supposed to be Royal Rumble music.
Actually, they use that for WrestleMania as well, but I love that music.
Did you also hear about that they wanted to actually put Finn Balor into the main roster,
right?
And Vince McMahon is the one that wanted it.
Well, I mean, of course they would want Finn Balor to be in the main roster. You don't sign every member of the Bullet Club and be like, you know what? I'm going to keep this guy down here for another 10 years.
Hold on. This was from last year or the beginning of the year. Vince wanted him to go up there, but Triple H didn't want him to go up there to the roster because he feels like he's going to lose a top guy that they have on NXT.
Finn Balor doesn't want to go to the top roster.
It's true.
This is what I'm talking about. They're going back and forth with these guys. You get what I'm saying? Triple H sees it a different way than Vince does. So there's always going to be bumping heads with these guys on what they want. Now that Triple H is part of it.
Well, from what I've heard, it's never been like full out, argument.
No, nothing like that.
Argument battles or
But I'm
shouting matches.
It's
never been shouting matches.
My thing is, I'm all for what Triple H is saying. Pretty much, I'm all for what he's doing, and I can't relate to what Vince is doing because Vince, I think, is like I said, he sees it in the way where it was so back then. He's not seeing it the way it should be right now. If we stuck by what Vince looks at, the way he looks at wrestling with the big guys, that's what we would be watching still. The big guys. Right now, everything's turned full circle with all these light guys and high flyers and guys you would never would have thought would have been on TV main eventing.
Right. I mean, we still have Sheamus and Ryback and Owens and Brock.
But the TV is full of high flyers and
they are
different looking guys.
Well, here's the thing with the guys they're signing. Only one of them's really a high flyer, sort of, and he's more of a technical guy. Nakamura, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson. I mean, they're definitely more of a power guy.
Back then, it would have been more Undertakers and freaking Andre the Giants and stuff like that. We don't see that now, which is a plus.
So the Royal Rumbles this weekend.
Yes.
That was the reason the music was playing that Laura got pissed off about.
Just kept playing. I'm like,
well, it was just like, okay, let's get in the Rumble. Let's get in the Rumble.
I think he was trying to give us a hint. Hey guys,
I love that song. Okay. It brings me back.
Now
to
you can play it.
There we go.
Sean, why you have to keep playing it, man?
Well, fuck you too, Byron. Jeez.
Just keep playing it.
I quit this fucking show. Anyways, so the Royal Rumble is this weekend. And right now, it's looking like a great card. We'll start from the bottom.
I don't think Sean Mooney's ever sounded like that.
And right now, we got a great card going for you guys.
Okay, he wasn't from Boston.
Sean Mooney was before my time, man. I don't know.
All right, let's go.
Anyways, we're starting off the match that was just announced tonight, and that's the Divas Championship match between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Who you got?
Oh, God. I'm going with Charlotte.
I want to see Becky win just so Charlotte can get pissed off at her dad.
Yeah, Byron? But who do you think is going to win?
Becky.
Okay. Byron?
Hold on. Let me flip the coin. It says... Doesn't really matter.
Manda Panda.
What?
Who you got?
I think she's with the coin.
You can talk about scum, but you can't talk about.
All right, so
no, I don't know.
And I'm gonna go with probably Charlotte winning it. Getting into the
wait, what does Amanda say?
She said she did.
I don't know. I would like Becky to win it.
But you know why I'm not so invested into this is because I feel like if I invest myself into this, I'm gonna see a train wreck at the end. It's gonna be like they don't follow up on the heels and the faces. It's gonna turn.
One of the best promos ever tonight.
Yeah, she did.
I
agree. She did. But how? I mean, are they gonna keep with that? Or are they gonna flip it next week? 2 weeks? They're gonna change it.
They haven't flipped it in 3 weeks. What the hell are you talking about?
So Amanda, you're saying Becky?
Yes.
Hello.
And I'm gonna go with Charlotte winning this match, going into the United States Championship match, which about every time these guys have faced have been a great match.
I guess your song didn't loop anymore, huh?
No, it didn't. Oh well. Honestly, I was starting to get annoyed by it too. And the
For whatever reason, I just kept picturing Sean Mooney talking.
And we also got the United States Championship match: Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. Who you got, Joey?
Alberto.
Laura?
Kalisto.
Manda Panda.
Alberto.
Byron.
I'm gonna say Alberto. I don't know why they would give it to Kalisto if you just lost it back. It just doesn't make any sense. For him to win it back is stupid.
I think that argument could be made the same for Alberto, but I think Alberto's going to win, and we'll likely have Alberto and Jericho at Mania. That's my prediction with that match. We now have the Intercontinental...
Wait, I want to change my vote and say that between Kalisto and Alberto, I'm going to go with the Mexican.
So Alberto still, okay.
That's Captain Obvious.
I don't think Joey knows, but okay. Anyways, so going into the Intercontinental Championship match. Last man standing, and perhaps the last battle between these two, Dean Ambrose versus Kalisto. Kevin Owens, what's going on here?
What?
The hell?
What are you talking about?
Byron, who do you got?
He didn't even fix it. He was just like, who do you got?
Kevin Owens, man.
Manda Panda.
Dean.
All right.
I don't know if that was sexual or you were really thinking.
I was thinking.
Joey,
yeah, you don't think like normally.
Joey, what do you think?
What was the match?
It was Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, last man standing for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh yeah. I gotta go with Kevin Owens.
Laura?
I'm going with Kevin Owens.
I'm going to be going with Dean Ambrose winning this match. And before the Rumble,
and that's against my better judgment because I'm a big Dean Ambrose fan. So
says the woman who thought Finn Balor is hotter, but okay.
That has nothing to do.
Yeah.
I was going to say it has nothing to do with it, and you should know that by now with me.
And before the Rumble match, we have the tag team title match, and because Joey wants to compete with sexy voices, it's the New Day, Big E Langston, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods versus the Usos. Who you got?
That was your sexy voice?
I gave up halfway through.
Yeah. Well, I'm going with the New Day because they knows how to grind.
Laura?
I'm going with the Usos. Just so I don't have to hear that bullshit anymore.
Byron?
I'm just so sick of them fucking fighting all the fucking time. I don't give a shit. Could care less.
Okay. Manda Panda.
I think the Usos are going to win this one.
And I'm going to go with the New Day winning this. And finally, the most important match of the night, the best event of the year, in my opinion, the Royal Rumble match. 30 men.
Which is going to probably suck this year because of Roman, but go ahead.
Honestly, I think this is going to be one of the more star-studded Rumbles we've had in a while. Especially, let's look at it compared to previous years. Last year, we knew Roman Reigns was going to win at SummerSlam. Same with Batista. Same with John Cena. We didn't know. We have no idea who's going to win this Royal Rumble, really. And I'm really digging that. Yeah, there's talks that it's Triple H, but we don't have any like concrete evidence or like rumors out there.
If it's not Triple H, it's Roman Reigns.
I just want to tell Triple H, can you not?
So before we say who our winners will be, who you got in the final four for this year's Royal Rumble?
Oh, God.
And that's the toughest one. And that's the best part
All right.
when you see the four guys they trust the most right now, it seems.
Tell you, Vince McMahon, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns. Oh no, wait, and Triple H.
It's gonna be Vince McMahon, but at Weekend at Bernie's, where somebody's gonna have to hold him up.
Work the arms, assholes. Work the arms.
Vince McMahon, Jerry Lawler, and Triple H.
Who's the fourth?
And Roman Reigns.
Oh, okay. Okay, is that your serious pick though?
Yes.
All right. Laura, who's your final four?
Roman, Bray, AJ. Damn it. Going through my head here trying to figure out who I want. Shit. I'm not sure.
It's a lot tougher than just saying who's going to win. That's why I like the final four.
Yeah. Roman, Bray, AJ. Either Sheamus or Jericho.
Manda Panda?
I don't know.
Huh.
Do I have to answer?
Yeah. Do you want? Yeah. I mean, everyone else is. Do you want me to play the music? Will that get you hyped?
No.
Oh.
I'll go last.
All right, Joey. She wants to go last. Who you got?
Well, I'm going with Roman. Brock, Triple H, and AJ. But that's just a guess. I really don't think, in all reality, AJ is going to be there in the last parts. But that would be what I would guess as the last.
I think he should do that though. If you're going to bring him in, I think that's what I said. You better leave him there as the final four to give some kind of hope that he can actually go, because he could be looked at, for the WWE fans that don't know shit about him, as a guy who's very important if he's the last four guys in there, one of the last four guys.
Because the thing is, like, Bray could be in there too. So
true, I would like to change mine though. I would say Roman Reigns.
And since Amanda wants to go last, I'll do my final four before her. I'm thinking the final four is going to be Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt, and AJ Styles. I don't think Roman Reigns is going to make the final four.
Oh, it's going to be so funny, man. If AJ Styles doesn't even show up, I swear.
That's not funny at all.
Yeah, don't scare me like that, Byron.
Listen, you know how many people really are 100% sure this guy's going to be there right now? And he might not even show up for that.
He'll show up.
Yeah. And okay, Amanda, who do you think is going to be then?
Okay, so obviously Roman Reigns. Brock. I'm thinking Sheamus for some reason.
Right.
And the fourth one.
Meek Mill, shithead.
Oh,
Triple
God.
H.
Triple H?
Yeah.
So now, who is the winner of the Royal Rumble? Amanda, we'll start with you because you just did it.
I may be wrong, but what if they keep the title on Reigns?
People are going to be pissed.
Yeah, people will be upset.
But I would not put it past them.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, going in the reverse order. So then it was me. I'm going to go with Triple H winning the Royal Rumble right now.
Can you not?
Joey?
I'm going with Brock to win the Royal Rumble.
Laura?
Not as much as first of all, I'm changing my my last final four. It's going to be Bray, Roman. What else did I say? Bray, Roman. I hate when I do that. AJ and Triple H was my who I was going to change it to, but God.
This has been like the most difficult one.
It's so hard to choose because I mean, either way you go, no matter what, the two obvious choices on this one is either going to be Roman or Triple H for the WrestleMania in the main event WrestleMania.
But I mean, Joey thought it was Brock Lesnar.
I think I will say I have a feeling it's going to be Roman. Just because WWE does nothing anymore to surprise me.
Right.
That's true.
And Byron?
Let's see. Out of the 4 Romans, I'm going to say Roman Reigns.
So we've got 3 people thinking Roman Reigns, 1 person thinking Brock Lesnar.
Now, wait a second. I did say Triple H. So in case I lose, my second option would be Triple H.
Do we want a second option on this or no?
Sure.
Okay. So
I'm going to say this. It looks like WWE wants you to think Roman's going to win. I mean, that's been made clear. Mm-hmm. They're putting all the stacks against him. So, that's what makes me to believe that he can't possibly win.
Exactly.
I don't know about the Triple H thing, but I know having Roman win.
They won't give it to Brock. Guarantee you they're not going to give it to Brock.
But what I'm going to say is that if they don't give it to Roman, it's going to be somebody that we're not expecting. That's why. I don't think he's going to win though.
Yeah, but he will. You know why? Because it'll just make sense with the storyline.
I want to be honest.
With him out, he's been having problems with Roman Reigns. Stephanie, Vince McMahon, the guy who's been on the low is Triple H. Nobody even knows he's even around right now at this point.
If I'm going to make a second pick for this, out behind Triple H, I would say Bray Wyatt is winning the Royal Rumble.
He's not
because
winning.
That is the least likely out of the ones that are in the fight. He hasn't won a Rumble before, and I don't imagine WWE is dumb enough to give it to someone who doesn't need the Rumble to solidify himself. 3 massive Rumbles in a row isn't good for Roman. A second Rumble win for Triple H and Brock Lesnar doesn't help either one of them. Bray Wyatt, I think, is probably the best pick that's in the conversation, but also the least likely in that conversation.
Sean, the problem with that is that they're not going to see him as a main eventer for a Mania. It's going to have to be a Triple H. It's going to have to be a Brock. Somebody with that kind of name that's going to bring some kind of...
Just because you're the champion doesn't mean you're main eventing WrestleMania. Ask CM Punk that.
You know what I mean.
Okay. Whoever, trust me, the person, Roman winning the title or whatever, or not winning the title, that person is going to main event WrestleMania.
Yeah. Roman Reigns is going to be at Mania main event. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
So
this is not gonna. Yeah, they cut that out a while ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're running out of time. I want to thank you very much for listening to the Roundtable Wrestling Radio. And let us know what your Royal Rumble picks are on the official Roundtable Wrestling Radio group page. Let us know the different scenarios, the surprise entrance. Like we said, Undertaker, Triple H, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Daniel Bryan,
Tatanka, X-Pac.
Shut up.
Goldberg.
There's been rumors about Goldberg too.
How about regular Cody Rhodes?
I would love to see him do like a 3 Faces of Foley now that I think about it.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet, yeah.
Cool.
So there's a lot of stuff that we don't even know, and that's why it's my favorite pay-per-view of the year, and I can't wait for the next week's Royal Rumble. We are going to talk to you next week right after the Royal Rumble and see what happened there, and who won the title and all of that. A man who sleeps on the floor cannot possibly fall out of bed.
Smack with a dick.
Anyone but Roman.
Okay, Manny, you have to say it again.
Smack with a dick.
Okay.